Welcome back to our channel, where we share updates and untold stories about Catherine, Princess of Wales, and her royal family. Today, we bring you some news. Princess Anne just drops a warning against Camilla to save monarchy legacy. A profound transformation is occurring inside the royal institution, and it was unforeseen that a formal document would emerge as the newest instrument in a long-standing struggle for legacy and dignity. Princess Anne has strategically placed Queen Camilla under legal examination, a decision many observers deem very astute. At the core of this high-stakes story is a matter that may first seem as trivial as the transaction of a horse. Upon further investigation, it becomes evident that the present pertains not only to any animal but to a cherished horse from Queen Elizabeth's private collection, a live symbol of royal lineage bequeathed to Princess Anne. The legal action initiated by Princess Anne challenges Camilla's stewardship of a revered heritage and indicates a significant reconsideration of royal wealth management in a rapidly modernizing context. Each word of the court records and every whispered chat in the royal halls reveals that the case is not a trivial dispute. It is a bold attempt by Anne to regain authority over a historical artifact that the monarchy has cherished for an extended period. The legacy at stake, beyond a mere equine. The dispute started when Queen Camilla, in a surprising decision that has astonished both traditionalists and modernists, opted to sell a historic horse inherited from Queen Elizabeth. For decades, the horse had transcended its status as a simple animal, functioning as a living storehouse of royal memories and customs. The delegation of Queen Elizabeth's esteemed horse to Princess Anne represented a continuity of legacy and dignity, linking history to the present via a tie that was both profound and enduring. Insiders disclosed that Camilla's choice to eliminate the horse and later divest more items from the collection was seen by Anne as a reckless and perhaps sacrilegious violation of duty. Notwithstanding the princess's persistent entreaties to cease these deals and safeguard the integrity of the royal legacy, Camilla proceeded, seeing the horses as expendable commodities in the pursuit of modernity. The ensuing court dispute, central to this developing narrative, is seen by many as Princess Anne's astute strategy to ensure responsibility and safeguard a legacy that is both poignant and representative of the monarchy's illustrious history. A strategic maneuver in the royal game of chess. To the uninformed observer, a legal dispute among members of the royal family might appear as an ineffective final step. However, those attuned to the complexities of royal politics recognize that Princess Anne's choice to litigate against Camilla is far from spontaneous. Rather, it is a carefully orchestrated strategy aimed at reaffirming dominance over the royal narrative and safeguarding the esteemed legacy of Queen Elizabeth from being compromised by contemporary convenience. Legal experts have observed that by pursuing this lawsuit, Anne is not just contesting a financial transaction, she is advocating for a set of principles that have historically characterized the British monarchy. The horse transcends mere property. It embodies continuity, respect, and obligation. Through her legal battle, Anne conveys a definitive message. The valued legacy of the past must be protected from the detrimental effects of unrestrained modernity, and any endeavor to commercialize history will encounter significant opposition. In this context, the legal action serves as both a public relations triumph and a judicial contest. By contextualizing the conflict in terms of obligation and legacy, Princess Anne establishes herself as the custodian of royal tradition, a role that profoundly resonates with both loyalists and those who see the monarchy as the custodian of national identity. This is a calculated maneuver that diminishes Camilla's power and reestablishes the parameters of acceptable behavior within the royal family. Beyond the legal documents, the lexicon of heritage. The hitherto confidential court papers provide insight into the meticulous and fervent argument constructed by Princess Anne's legal team. Court documents cite the inviolable sanctity of Queen Elizabeth's legacy and characterize the sale of the horse as resulting in irreversible cultural loss. This stark language is atypical in legal contexts, indicating the seriousness with which the princess regards this matter. Insiders indicate that the legal arguments depend on an understanding of inherited rights that goes beyond basic property law. They conjure a tradition of custodianship, which necessitates the preservation of artifacts of historical and emotional importance. Princess Anne says that Camilla's activities represent both a violation of trust and a betrayal of an unspoken commitment to uphold the integrity of the royal estate. By attempting to repurchase the auctioned horses, Anne is making a resolute effort to restore what she perceives as the true order, a maneuver that critics deem both audacious and essential. The disjointed dynamics of the royal family. Despite focusing on a single issue, this legal dispute has quickly come to symbolize the wider divisions within the royal family. For decades, the British monarchy has navigated the interplay between tradition and modernity, often with inconsistent outcomes. Princess Anne, renowned for her diligent work ethic and steadfast dedication to duty, has always been considered a symbol of traditional values. Her pragmatic commitment to public service and profound sense of duty have garnered her widespread appreciation, distinguishing her from previous royals. In comparison, Queen Camilla has traversed a somewhat more turbulent journey. Initially considered the other woman in a highly publicized royal scandal, she has subsequently endeavored to restore her reputation and establish her position within the contemporary monarchy. However, the selling of the horses overshadows her recent accomplishments. Princess Anne saw Camilla's choice to monetize a segment of royal lineage as a breach of the fundamental ideals that have historically characterized the institution. This psychological conflict transcends mere personality differences. It represents a confrontation of beliefs. On one side stands the unwavering guardian of tradition, resolute on preserving the heritage of Queen Elizabeth at whatever cost. On the other side, there is a modernizer who is prepared to modernize the royal estate to meet current needs, even if it means sacrificing important historical artifacts. By opting for legal action, Princess Anne is not just voicing her individual concerns, but also engaging in the broader discourse over the future trajectory of the monarchy. Evaluating the strategic masterstroke. Analysts of royal politics have lauded Princess Anne's action as a masterstroke, an outstanding demonstration of strategic forethought. By bringing the disagreement into the public legal domain, Anne has successfully transformed the story from private familial conflict to one of national and historical importance. This reframing elicits popular sympathy for her cause and compels the palace to confront persistent challenges of wealth management and legacy preservation. The court processes aim to assess how the royal family handles conflicts between tradition and progress. If the court rules in favor of Princess Anne, it will convey a strong message that the integrity of royal legacy is inviolable, therefore limiting any future efforts to commodify invaluable legacies. A verdict in favor of Camilla might initiate a new phase of asset rearrangement inside the royal family, potentially jeopardizing the rich historical and cultural importance that many consider the monarchy's genuine core. In both scenarios, Princess Anne's choice to pursue legal action has transformed the discourse, urging both the public and royal insiders to reassess the implications of being a steward of history. This action shows both legal expertise and a deep comprehension of the symbolic significance of heritage, a significance that, for many, has become inextricably linked to the identity of the monarchy. The complex interplay between royal protocol and contemporary justice. The interaction between traditional royal etiquette and contemporary legal procedures is central to this developing narrative. Historically, the royal family's internal matters have been conducted discreetly, with conflicts settled via confidential talks and private discussions. Nonetheless, Princess Anne's choice to litigate this subject signifies a significant deviation from that practice. This judicial lawsuit highlights a growing tendency among contemporary royals who are progressively inclined to interact with public institutions and legal systems to address conflicts that were formerly relegated to the obscurity of palace corridors. Princess Anne has placed Queen Camilla in the legal limelight, establishing a precedent for openness and indicating that historical traditions must be reconciled with contemporary needs. The courtroom, characterized by its stringent regulations and formal processes, now functions as a battleground for the clash between tradition and modernity. The enduring principles of duty, honor, and preservation are challenged by the demands of contemporary asset management and economic practicality. Princess Anne is reinventing the essence of royalty in the 21st century, balancing a commitment to long-standing traditions with an embrace of modern justice systems. Public response and media hysteria. Following the dissemination of Princess Anne's court action, media organizations across the United Kingdom and beyond engaged in extensive conjecture and analysis. Headlines proclaimed a royal reckoning and a courtroom coup, while experts analyzed every element of the case. For several members of the public, the notion of a court dispute involving royalty was both startling and exhilarating, a rare insight into the concealed operations of a centuries-old institution. Arguments and conversations flooded social media platforms as royal aficionados and detractors weighed the merits of Princess Anne's activities. Some saw her as a guardian of tradition, a valiant individual advocating for righteousness in a world of contemporary corruption. Others, however, questioned if introducing a private familial issue into the public legal domain was the most prudent course of action. Notwithstanding the differing viewpoints, there was a general acknowledgement that this legal dispute represented a pivotal moment, a juncture at which the monarchy was compelled to reconcile its illustrious history with the unyielding momentum of contemporary change. The rigorous media examination has rekindled interest in the historical importance of the horse and the overarching legacy of Queen Elizabeth. Documentaries, comprehensive articles, and fervent panel debates have together constructed a narrative that reinterprets a unique act of asset liquidation as a symbolic conflict for the essence of the monarchy. Consequently, Princess Anne's legal action is not only a personal grievance, it serves as a decisive appeal to maintain the integrity of a historical institution that has endured centuries of change. The concealed objectives and implicit coalitions. An examination of the concealed motives and tacit alliances hidden behind the polished facade of public occasions completes any royal narrative. Palace sources indicate that the decision to initiate legal proceedings was the result of years of escalating tension and clandestine discussions. Princess Anne, always considered a pragmatic and shrewd strategist, has allegedly been discreetly garnering support among prominent individuals within the royal family and the legal sector. This coalition of allies, consisting of consultants, legal specialists, and close confidants, has been important in formulating the case and guaranteeing that every aspect is well prepared. Concealed from public view, deliberations on the future of the royal estate and the stewardship of its invaluable assets have assumed an urgency that surpasses individual disputes. For several participants, the dispute transcends the mere issue of a horse. It concerns the establishment of a new paradigm for the monarchy's management of its history, at a time when tradition and modernity often conflict. Princess Anne's legal challenge against Queen Camilla compels a confrontation, not just with her direct opponent, but also with a system that has always functioned on implicit norms and clandestine accords. The future, consequences for monarchical administration. As the judicial procedures progress, attention is focused on the possible results and their wider ramifications for the monarchy. Legal academics and royal specialists are arguing whether a verdict in favor of Princess Anne may establish a revolutionary precedent, redefining the administration of royal assets for future generations. This verdict would not only substantiate the princess's assertions, but might also act as a catalyst for extensive changes inside the palace. If the court supports Anne's stance, it will convey a clear message. The integrity of royal legacy is of utmost importance, and any infringement of this concept will incur severe legal repercussions. This decision will certainly inhibit future efforts to modernize or commercialize elements of the royal estate, guaranteeing that every item, regardless of its seeming triviality, is regarded as a storehouse of historical and cultural importance. A verdict in favor of Queen Camilla might empower proponents of modernization, allowing a more adaptable strategy for asset management that emphasizes efficiency and economic pragmatism rather than tradition. Even in that scenario, the presentation of such a significant dispute before a court would starkly illustrate that the British monarchy is at a pivotal juncture, one where each decision could redefine its future and influence public perception of royalty. A heritage restored by legal acumen. Ultimately, Princess Anne's choice to pursue legal action against Queen Camilla signifies a significant revolutionary juncture in the contemporary history of the British monarchy. This action surpasses individual disputes and ventures into the domain of strategic diplomacy, a deliberate maneuver that reinforces the intrinsic worth of legacy and the need of its heirs to safeguard it unconditionally. Princess Anne views the legal case as a call to protect Queen Elizabeth's legacy, honoring the past while charting a course for the future. This remark asserts that, notwithstanding the encroachment of modernism on long-standing traditions, there are those who resolutely defend the ideas that have shaped a country. The courtroom serves as the venue for this intense encounter, with stakes at an unprecedented level. Each legal argument, piece of evidence, and statement spoken in defense of heritage bears the burden of history. Although the ultimate decision is still to be determined, it is evident that Princess Anne's adept use of the legal system to challenge the existing quo is a shrewd, tactical maneuver that might significantly influence the future direction of royal government. In a narrative replete with intrigue, treachery, and the relentless quest for honor, the legacy of a cherished queen is at stake. As the court proceedings develop, global watchers are forced to ponder, can Princess Anne's audacious action restore a fragment of history and ensure a future characterized by integrity? Or will it herald a new epoch where tradition is forfeited for the sake of advancement? Ultimately, only time and the court's adjudication will determine the outcome. In this evolving situation, when each action is significant and every legal strategy is examined, Princess Anne has become a symbol of unwavering resolve. By contesting Queen Camilla in the courts, she has not only upheld the esteemed legacy of her mother, Queen Elizabeth, but has also made a statement that will resonate throughout royal history. Her audacious legal maneuver exemplifies strategic acumen, highlighting the perpetual conflict between safeguarding tradition and adopting innovation while also poised to transform the fundamental nature of royal stewardship in contemporary society. Thank you for watching the video. Please let us know your thoughts, and goodbye for now.